I distinguish between in-laws and outlaws. In-laws are the grand laws, which provide the, if you like, the conceptual infrastructure of science. And I think of those as being the conservation laws, because without the conservation laws, then you wouldn't have causality, and you need causality in order to have sensible science. The outlaws are the little laws that come along on the coattails of the conservation laws, and they are like Hooke's law, that the restoring force is proportional to the displacement. There are things like Boyle's law, the spring of the air, and things like that. Laws that we learn in school, but aren't really big enough to be regarded as overwhelmingly wonderful laws. I would also include in the in-laws classical mechanics, quantum mechanics, general relativity. So they provide the arena for our understanding.
So in Conjuring the Universe, we have this very nice polarization, if I can think about it that way, between the in-laws, the conservation laws, the big grand principles that govern the physical universe, and the outlaws, the somewhat secondary but no less important laws that shape what we see. But the origin of these different laws is also very different in nature. You talk of the conservation laws coming from indolence, but the secondary laws, the outlaws, coming from anarchy. Could you just explain a little bit more about what you mean by that?
Yes. Well, by indolence, I mean not having to do anything. And so one of the consequences of the inheritance of uniformity of absolutely nothing is the uniformity of space-time, the instant that it's formed. And so if you didn't have to do anything, then that's the role of indolence. Now, once you've got space-time and things happen in it, then you can't really appeal to indolence to the same extent.
There's too much going on.
But there's too much going on. But suppose we let everything go on. That is, we allow there to be anarchic behavior. The amazing thing is that out of it emerge laws like the propagation of light, the propagation of particles, in principles of least action, principles of least time, and so on. And I think it's rather wonderful to let anything happen and then to discover that laws emerge. And I see the emergence of some of the lesser laws as emerging from this freedom of action that results in processes of least action.